Obviously, there's been a ton of investment downtown by a number of different groups. We're just happy and humbly excited to be a part of that. So, obviously, there's been a lot of investment in this building. Just real quick, things like this, presentations. We've got a lot of really cool things that are in the mix here. We thanks to Reagan and her team, we won the Downtown Partners of Iowa Conference, which will be happening August 1st in Sioux City, Iowa, and that pitch event will be happening in this space where local entrepreneurs will be giving presentations. We'll have a party going out front. We've got some really cool RAGBRAI news that's going to be coming out about use of the space. We have a full-on movie theater projector. I know this screen looks awesome, but when we show movies in full scale, we actually can go 35 feet. So it's a really cool screen, but just really excited to be a part of investing in downtown. I happen to be lucky enough to be on the board of Downtown Partners as well. I appreciate all the board members and all the effort that they give. Reagan and Carly as well, and with the city. Just everybody that really pours into this committee. I think that there's a lot of committees out there, but this one actually gets a lot of things accomplished. So just appreciate you attending. We are going to do a live stream on YouTube as well of this event. And if you ever want to utilize the theater or the city center or different things going on, shameless plug, please give us a call. We'd love to do that. Without further ado, I am going to introduce the current president of our Downtown Partners board, the fantastic Alexia Boggs. She is going to come up and join us. So there we go.
No need to clap. As Jeff said, my name is Alexia Boggs, and I'd like to thank you guys all for coming today. We are here to present our 2023 annual stakeholders meeting presentation. So how amazing this is. I mean, last year we were in a basement, now we're on a stage. This is pretty cool. This is exciting, but there we go. That's what happens. Yeah. But there is so much happening, as Jeff mentioned, just a very few things that are happening in the downtown Sioux City. And this wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for all of us here, all of us online, all the stakeholders in Sioux City that make this happen. So thank you all. And I'm going to go ahead and officially open the meeting up, and then I'm going to do a quick roll call of our board of directors. Alexia Boggs, present. Katie Towler. Online. Kaylee Bitterton. Online. Or maybe not. Jason Allen. He's here. Stacy Anderson. Present. Jeff Carlson. Present. Doug Fisher. Present. Aaron Cool. Oh, nope. Okay. Eric Martin. Present. Matt Rickster. Present. All right. Angela Rogers. Online. Awesome. Angie Schneiderman? No? Okay. Julie, City Council? She? No, I don't see. Oh, not yet. Okay. Katie Towler? Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Alex Waters. There he is. In the back where they put all the, you know what kind of kids, right? All right. And Ann Wester, I know she's here, present. Well, welcome, guys, and we are going to go ahead, and the next slide is, we have here our ballot vote that was just concluded. This year we had a 17% participation rate. Seems kind of low, but last year we were at 12%. So we did go up, so that is good. And so the ones that you see a thumbs up for, Kaylee and Katie, just a special thanks for your time and your dedication. They are going to be leaving us, sadly, for the board, but we thank you for your time and your dedication to the Downtown Partners. And the folks that you see like a high five or a waving sign, those are the ones that we voted for and voted in for either new members or re-election. So congratulations, and there is our official 23-24 Board of Directors. Woohoo! Yeah. What? We have to vote? Okay. So I need a motion and a second to reaffirm this vote. Oh, you want to fight for it? Or we have a stage for that. Yeah. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any opposed? So moved. All righty. Well, the next thing up is Reagan is going to go into a more detailed report, and so just would like to introduce Reagan. I know we all know her, our fearless leader, the woman that makes it all happen and makes us look good. So here you go.
Wonderful. Thank you. What an introduction, my goodness. Well, the first thing we always get asked about is our budget. So I figured we'd go into this first and get you all familiar with how we spend our funds and how much funds we have to spend. So the first screen here is our budget. It shows you that there are 527 properties here in downtown Sioux City. That accounts for $476,800 in our annual budget. That correlates roughly to over $700 million in downtown property value. So that is a quite large investment in our downtown and in for a short area. In our fiscal year 24, we had to budget with a little bit less. Assessments on property went down $22,400. How we adjusted that was really through some of our business programs. With the city did not do the facade funds this year, which we do every other year, so that saved us about $25,000 there. And also we are now sharing offices, which I'll get to later, with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, roughly saving us about $7,000 to $9,000 a year. So that's wonderful. To the two people in the back, you can't see them here, but they're part of our staff and they're absolutely amazing. Carly is our Business Development Director. Go ahead and wave there. And we have a new full-time employee. And what this is here is we are excited to announce that Becky Barnes, I always say Kempers, Becky Barnes will be joining us as an event coordinator, our event manager. So we are very excited to have Becky. So welcome, Becky. This is exciting for us for two reasons. One of which we have some retirements for the farmers market, for the Sioux City Farmers Market. So we're able to help keep Becky on board as their market manager and also add 50% of her position to downtown partners to help us with events. Anybody who has run an event before knows that takes so much time and effort that we are just thrilled to have her on board so that Carly and I can do what we do with properties and businesses and getting things rolling there, so Becky's able to help us out with events. So that really is a big deal. With the budget, just to show you what we spend it on, it might be hard to see up front here, but basically 43% of our budget is all projects. These are the big things, the return on investment, the stuff that you see in downtown. It's everything from lighting to planters to anything on the street. Things that you physically see us doing with bigger projects is 43% of our budget. Then we go into operating, business support, marketing, and a small part of it is events. The reason that is so small is because of all of you and all of the organizations in town who help partner with events. So we're not doing a lot of hard costs from that. We're partnering with organizations that are helping us run it, and those are going back into the community for the funds that we receive. And are there funds in reserve? What do we have in savings? We do have a savings, and most of that is on business support. We've had businesses taking advantage of some of our programs, and I'll get to those later, but we could always use more businesses that are willing to take our money. That sounds really silly, but a lot of them being able to invest in their businesses and their storefront is something that we want to see more of, and we're willing to put the funds behind it to help them with that. The rest of it is really an operating reserve. We've got some wayfinding funds. So wayfinding and trolley and some of our vision projects, you'll see those in our savings account as maintenance. So if something goes wrong with wayfinding or any of those pieces, we're able to help maintain and take care of those things. What you have in front of you for those that attended today is our annual report. Feel free to thumb through that, but this is one of the things that we put in every year that shows you the ways that the money is spent and the different things that we spend them on. Everything from businesses, 27 new businesses this year. Congratulations, because that's amazing. We have 486 of them in downtown. Living, events, environment, everything from the planters we take care of to the light bulbs we have to replace. It's basically everything that we spend our funds on. How I've broke down the rest of this presentation is really due to our 3 work groups. Everybody and anybody, not just in downtown, but in the Sioux City community, is welcome to join a work group in downtown Sioux City. If you have a passion to see things happen, if you have a passion to see things grow, we invite you to any of these 3 community work groups. The first of which is Vision. This group works on things like entrepreneurial support, innovation, trying to get a market in downtown Sioux City has been a goal of ours for some time, pop-up businesses, and these storefront grants that I was talking about. These are the pieces that we have the money ready to go for businesses and those properties willing to do work on their storefronts and their facades. The first of which is the storefront grant. It's a $2,500 matching grant, and we've had 28 businesses take advantage of that so far. We've been able to put in over $62,000 to those businesses, but their projects alone are totaling over $200,000 in complete, so they are investing in their businesses and in their property. We've also broken it down a little differently. As you can see on the left here, we've started including things that we've been asked about, everything from even sidewalk improvements. If your sidewalk's tagged and you need help with that, we have a lot of people in wheelchairs and disabilities in downtown trying to get to transit centers. Those sidewalks are super important and they show a lot to your front facade. So we've added that, but aesthetic upgrades, everything from windows, doors, make your property look good. Safety and security, that's a big one I'll talk about later. That's everything. We can help you with cameras, we can help you with lighting, anything that makes your property safer. For you to truly invest in that and help the police department do what they do, those enhancements can mean a lot to our downtown. Outdoor dining and seating, we would love to see more of it, so we're putting some money behind it. And obviously signage. When a new business comes into town, that's one of the main things that they want to work with. The other piece here over on the right is the rent relief. This is fairly new. We just started this here in January this year, but we've already got over $11,000 that we've invested into rents. This is a new business to downtown Sioux City. If you come into Sioux City and you are new to downtown, we can pay 50% of your rent for up to 6 months. We also work directly with the property owner. So the business pays 50% less. However, the other 50% is offset by ourselves, downtown partners, and the property owner investing in you and your business. So please check into that if you are coming into downtown and work with your property owner. The next work group we have is called Environment. This is the stuff you're gonna see. This is the thing, I think this work group probably has the most check boxes. They're getting things done pretty quickly because these are projects that work really, really well. Skywalk, you'll see new wayfinding. I'll go in that in a minute. Outdoor music, we're working on that for next year. Virginia Street, all of our bike and ped corridors, we'll talk about that as well. Recycling, you're gonna see containers coming into downtown that do any recycling for some of our residential units. Just commercial recycling is really important. And then our comprehensive lighting plan. Going into that a little bit, I don't know how easy this is to see for you here in the stadium here, but on camera it might work better. Phasing, basically a huge lighting plan for downtown. Lighting means a lot to us when it comes to safety and the aesthetics of downtown. You'll see these first 4 phases are complete. They've been fully funded and they're fully completed. Phase 5, we are going to install in August, and I'll go into that. What you see over here on the left, kind of this arrow here, goes to what this looks like on the right. You can see those on Historic 4th right now at the corner of 4th and Court with the festoon lights. Looking over at that globe light on the left, you'll see it's kind of dark when you're walking down the street. So what we'd like to do is take these lights and do this type of lighting so you can see all the way down 4th Street. It's lighter and brighter. You can see the people walking towards you. You can see a lot more at night and you can see better. So what we're doing is replacing 171 globes along 4th Street from Floyd to Water Street, and all of those globes will now become these ones on the right. So that's going to install in August, so that's pretty quick. And then thankfully, we've got a $25,000 MERD grant to start this project. Most of you may be pretty familiar with this. It's the Alley Art Festival. Those alleys between 4th, 5th, Pierce, and Nebraska are actually darker during the day than they are at night. But we've had a lot of unwanted activity in there, and some of the artworks that the artists are trying to keep clean and keep upkeep on, and hosting events back there more. So what we're going to do is we're gonna make these lights much brighter in this alleyway so you can see the art. And also it has motion detection. So as people walk in and out of that alley, it gets lighter and brighter so that it's safer to walk through during those hours. Another major project that we'll be starting here shortly and getting kind of partnerships on, working with the city, working with the chamber, working with the businesses in these areas, is the bike ped connections. These are areas that people are trying to get to easily, and we want to make it more easy for them to do so. The squares that you see on here are really just the locations that we're focusing on, 2 of which at the bottom you'll see to the riverfront, and the rest are in the core of downtown. And I'll show you these cool pieces. The one up on the upper left is our Pierce Street connection to the riverfront. What we're hoping to do is make more of a bike road, for lack of a better term, that gets you from the riverfront straight up to the trail by Famous Dave's. That is more of the biking on the green, and then the walkability on the right would be a lot wider and easier to access. The one down below is Virginia Street. This is a major corridor that now has access to the riverfront that we need to make a lot safer for those coming through the city and coming down from Historic 4th and trying to get to the river. This is probably the most dramatic one. This one, a lot of people are going, oh my gosh, how are we gonna do that? But 3 lanes of traffic in Sioux City, Iowa, in downtown is just not necessary. We can really make it into 2 lanes of traffic and 1 lane of walk and bikeability. So this is just a look at things, obviously a future look, on how we want to see things on our 3-lane roads, is getting some bikeability on there and making it safer for pedestrians. Another thing, speaking of safety, is we meet bi-monthly with a downtown crime prevention group. This includes everyone you see there on the left: SHIP, the Siouxland Street Project, the Woodbury County Sheriff's Office, the Police Department, the City of Sioux City, Siouxland Mental Health, and these words on the right are all the topics that we discuss at these meetings. Basically, what we did from these meetings is we made a downtown resource guide available for you. You have access to this through our website. What that does is it gives you contacts to everybody in your area. I'm putting the contacts up because I think it's very important for you to understand and to actually meet the officers who are responsible for your area. This gives you a direct contact, email, phone number, to talk to any of them who might be able to help you in areas that you want complete access to. I know a couple of businesses really do appreciate that and talk to them on a regular basis to help talk about activity in the area. So please use this, and we'll have this PowerPoint later for presentation so you can look through those. Another thing that came out of this meeting was color coding our skywalk system. If you haven't been up in the skywalk system, this color coding makes it easier for those to identify where they are in any kind of crisis, or it's also like a transit system. It helps you get from the Orpheum to Ho Chunk Center and understand even the colors you're going to see to get there. It really does help with transportation. The areas at the yellow circles, what's come out of this is we have limited access in those areas. Is going to start July 1. What that does is we have a lot of people up in the Orpheum building, Francis building. Those areas are really difficult to secure at night, so it's nice to have those shut down earlier so that our Skywalk security can monitor those areas more closely and shut down access. What this also does is it still allows our residents in downtown to access parking ramps, access their cars, and keep that accessibility open. So starting July 1st, you'll notice those areas are going to be shut down at 6 p.m., and then on Sundays, it's just that limited access only area as well. Now, during an Orpheum event, those will be open, so you'll have that access as normal during a show, but these are going to start July 1. The third and final group we have is community. Save the best for last, as some of you in here are on that group. Community is really website, project promotion, events, coming up with new vendor street markets. This group right now is working on a new website. As cumbersome as that is, if any of you have built a website, it is so important. We hold a lot of business information, a lot of event information on our website, and right now, if you were to look on your phones, it's not mobile friendly, and it needs to be better at that for our tourism. The less maintenance, all the things that come with a new website, we're working on that. The other strong piece, and Carly's in the back there and could go in detail about this, but to show our social media engagements. We've had such a strong uptick over the last 2 years. Honestly, since COVID, it continues to just gradually increase and increase. These waves you see are usually due to events or some kind of engagement. So March, April, we had the Skywalk event, and we also had Restaurant Week, which is a huge hit downtown. And you'll see it's topping back up in June. We're gonna see a spike as summer events come back into play. We also have these decals on every one of our businesses in downtown, on windows, basically saying, if you wanna know more about events, you know that typical, there's nothing to do in Sioux City. We despise that comment, so we are doing our best to mediate that, and these QR codes are all over the place so you can see exactly what's happening every day of the week. Here's a couple upcoming ones. Some of these you'll recognize: Downtown Live, Farmers Market. A new one that we've got coming up is actually July Jam. This is a great endeavor because, as most of you have been around Sioux City for a while, know that historic 4th Street is notorious for throwing some great parties. Awesome Biker Nights has been down there. They've had beach parties, but one that was done in the late 90s and lived for quite some time, stretched all the way from historic 4th all the way down 4th Street. It was 9 or 10 stages of all local bands throughout the day. It was just a blast. So everybody on historic 4th Street, the merchants down there, are coming together to create their own group again and start throwing events. This is the first of what's going to be called July Jam. Now, the reason it's called July Jam this year is because it's going to be held in July with our RAGBRAI event. So July 22nd, as you've got Ragbray handing out over all of the things that they're doing over at the Tyson Event Center, that's going to be a big party. But also on Historic 4th, they've got 2 stages, 10 bands, and these bars are just ready to throw another party. So they're coming together as a group. I think that's the important thing to note there, and that they're willing to do more for the community. Lastly, we are moving. If some of you don't know, in the midst of all this fun stuff that we do, we're moving offices down to the historic 4th Street District. We've been at our location for 20 plus years, and it was just time for a move, and we needed more space. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a big cost share for us sharing space with the Convention and Visitors Bureau. They are involved in tourism, so obviously we kind of correlate pretty well with the events and things going on in downtown and in Sioux City. So please come see the office. We're a bunch of boxes right now, but we're working on it, and we'll have a ribbon cutting coming soon. So at this point, I just want to say thank you. If there are questions from any of you, I would entertain that now. I kind of go through things quickly. I've been doing this for so long, sometimes I can get ahead of myself. So please, if there's questions, anybody, or online, we're good? Just rave reviews, I understand. Yeah, pretty much. This is gonna hit tomorrow, and it's gonna be amazing. We will have a link in the description for this presentation as well. It will be narrated through YouTube, so we'll have all of that on there. And then also contact info. So if you need to get a hold of us, or again, any of the officers that were on that screen, we have that information for you as well. So I'll hand it back over for you to close.
Thank you, Reagan. I guess before I close the annual meeting, if just wanted to give some special thanks for a few folks here. Jeff Carlson here at RE/MAX, thank you for letting us host this meeting here. It's a wonderful facility, and it's great to see all the improvements and investments you've made to downtown. So thank you, Jeff. And KES, thank you for the setup and doing your camera and sound. You guys are fabulous and always do great work. So thank you for getting us set up and getting the online folks able to view the meeting today. So thank you. And also just wanted to thank the current board members, the ones that are outgoing here that are going to be leaving us, and past board members. Thank you for your time again and your dedication for improving downtown Sioux City. And Carly, Becky, thank you for all your work and putting together this presentation and everything you do as well. So if there's no other questions, I guess that's it. It's a wrap. And officially close the meeting. Do we need a motion or anything? No? There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for coming.